Hi, my name is Beau and welcome to Beau Hannam Guitars. This tutorial is about how to string up a string through bridge. And this is a string through bridge. And a string through bridge is when a ukulele doesn't have the tie-on bridge like a classical guitar does. So a classical guitar has sort of a valley in the middle here, and then another block, and you tie the strings around this way. I found that just didn't look good, wasn't good for the finish back here, and I just wanted a different method, so I've gone exclusively to this style. And I put little gemstones on the inside. Some people use beads, and I've got another tutorial on how I do that, if that's of interest to people. But this is the method for how to string up one of these bridges. A little bit different, but I'm going to start with the easiest one. This is the C string, and you can tell that you can see it's got a natural curve on it, which is going to come in handy. So you simply put this in here, and you'll be able to see the string here. And I can manipulate that to grab it. There's also a sound hole. I could grab it through the sound hole if I wanted to. If the string isn't curly like this, you can just lift the uke up like this and just let the string fall down this way. So let gravity work for you. That's about as easy as it gets. And if it isn't as easy as it gets, it's still really easy, because you just tilt the uke up and shake it until the string falls down. So now we have this end. What do we do with it? Well, the C string, being the thickest string, requires only one knot, and it's the simplest knot. It's the first kind of knot you do when you're tying your shoelaces, so just like that. But what I'm going to do is show you, because this string is thicker, it's a bit easy to see what I'm doing, so I'm going to show you how I do the thinner strings as well. So these are the strings that I'm using on this, and my standard strings are Oasis Brights, low G, and they're double length, so I can have a lot of spare if I want. So you just do that first knot. It might be called a reef knot, I can't remember. Like that. And then so if I pull this really tight, that's fine for this thick C string. But for the next string up and the thinnest string, you just curl this around again. And push it through the existing loop. And now we've got a knot that's going to be twice the size, and within, like it's kind of snowballing itself. Instead of, if I tried to do that and then tie another one like that, sometimes you just get two knots next to each other, and that's no good. So I'll just go ahead and tie this, and then I'll do the next string up, and you can see. So with my ukes, I supply them with a pair of these, and you just pull that as tight as you can. Clip it about a couple of mils short, and then pull it through. and then that's solid. I'll show you how I put the string on the other end. I'm going to chop this a bit shorter. Some people put the string through the hole straight away and have a bit of slack, like a lot of slack, but that's just a silly way to do it. Show you a better way. The better way is just to wind the windings on straight away. This works with a steel string guitar as well. So with the C string and all the rest, just I go around twice and then put it through the hole, and you want this end to come out on top of the windings. So I'll just do that again. And I can't zoom in closer on my phone, sorry. Just go around twice. Just hold it steady. We'll hold the string so it doesn't slide back. Push it through on top. And there you have it. I remember Darryl Wheeler at Gillette Guitars teaching me that method, and I'd been stringing up guitars for like, I don't know, 20 years, and when somebody says, let me show you a better way how to string up a guitar or a uke or whatever, I think the natural response is to be offended, and then you see that method and you go, I'm glad I learnt that. So this is the E string, the second string on a uke, and this is thinner, so I'm going to put 2, maybe 3 knots into this one, and this is a curly one too, so I can just grab that, it's easy. So just that first shoelace knot, pull it, reasonably tight. So there's a, I don't know, couple of mil hole there, just enough so you can get the string through again. Just for clarity, I'll use these. These are actually easier to hold than big fingers. Put the string through that hole, pull it tight, and you can see that that's one big knot, and that's enough. I usually put 2 knots, I put 3 knots in the first string, 2 knots in the second string, 1 knot in the third thick C string, and 2 knots in the low G. If it was a high G, I'd put 3 knots in it. And just clip that off. So if I left that much string on, or an inch or something, that would just be buzzing waiting to happen on the inside. And so tying this on again. I've just invented a new instrument. So I'm pulling this pretty tight, go around a couple of times, you can go around 3 times or whatever, and then put it through the hole, the string tuner hole, and that's that. So after I do this, I don't ship out my instruments for about a week or sometimes 2 weeks, just so I can see what they're doing, and during that time I'll replace the strings, but sometimes the second set of strings I'll have on for a couple of days, and I've wound it up so much because these classical guitar strings or uke strings, and even steel strings, they stretch so much, but especially these nylon strings, you get so many winds on there. I detune the string and just do that that whole business that I just did again, and then sometimes you get like an inch extra. So if I chop this off here, if I left this for a week and I just kept tuning it up day after day, I'd have, if I restrung it with the same string, so to speak, I would have like an inch of stretch in it, if that makes sense. And what I also do, so after I first string it up, I string it to pitch, I let it sit for a little bit, and then I set the action roughly and intonate the saddle, but I think I'll do a different video for that because this was specifically on string through bridges. So these string through bridges, they look different. They're a different looking bridge. I think they're a lot cleaner, and their beauty is apparent. And there's all my templates on my wall if you can see the reflection. And there's my phone recording. Yeah, I think these are really nice, and they feel really good on the hand, especially when I round over this saddle. This is just I just shape that just to fit in, and I still have to do all the setting up work. But that is how you string up a ukulele or whatever else with a string through bridge. If you like this video and you want to see more, just subscribe to my channel, and I'll be uploading a video at least once a week. And I've got lots of playlists of Luthier's tips and sound samples and whatever else. And comment if you want to learn something. Ask me something if you'd like me to teach it. I've been making guitars for 15 years, and I'm originally from Australia. I worked at Gillet Guitars in Sydney with Gerard Gillet and Darryl Wheeler and Michael Pentany, and I'm now living in Grand Junction, Colorado, making ukuleles and guitars on order. And this is a Tassie Blackwood with a hand rubbed burst, about to go off to somewhere, California, somewhere in America. I can't remember where off the top of my head, but it's for a special friend that I met with my wife in Hawaii, for her and her husband. So if you like this channel, please subscribe. Thank you very much.